Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Glitz and Glitter. You are in the right place today. So, little backstory before I start. My husband and I, we own a home inspection business and we are in multiple people's homes every single day. And every once in a while, you just come across this very unique people. Well, today we stopped at a house and the son inherited the house because unfortunately his mother passed away and she happened to be a crafter. And oh my gosh, her entire house, her entire garage was full of craft supplies. And this guy didn't know what to do with all of this stuff. And he had it all organized for a sale or what have you. And he told me to just go through whatever I wanted I could take with me. And I just loaded up. Of course, I paid him for it. He didn't want the money, but I'm like, I can't take this for free. Deduct it off your bill. Anyway, she had so many things. Unfortunately, she was into nature and she would find all these kinds of little things and pick them up. And she had most of her items were larger than I wanted for like larger products, big shells, big pine cones, things like this. She would find all of these things over 30 years. She had, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how much she had and how many different things she had. And then he brought me into the house and he says, "You can go through this room. There's glitters and all kinds of things." So I just loaded up a big box. So that inspired me to do these coasters. Now, I was not planning on doing another Geode coaster just yet, but when I found these little things, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do a rustic geode coaster with these. I don't even know what they are, but they're all dried out already. I plucked them off of these little sticks they came on. And these are going to be the centerpiece for these coasters. So I picked out brown mica and interference gold for my two colors for these coasters. So I guess over the course of who knows how many months, you're probably going to see things that I didn't have to purchase. So this is awesome. So let's get started. Okay, I really wanted 9 ounces, but because these little disposable cups only go to 8 ounces, I mixed up eight. So they're going to be a little bit thinner. These hold 4 ounces each because these are a little bit deeper than my other ones. I usually do three in each when I do a geode to top coat it, but I didn't feel like cleaning a silicone cup after I'm done. So I just mixed up eight. Now, when I mix mine, I do nothing special. I do 1 to 1 or 2 to 1, whichever resin I'm using. I use a wooden stick that has been coated in resin multiple times. And I just literally mix it like this for 5 minutes. There are a lot of bubbles in there, but I'm pretty diligent in popping them. So I just wanted to show you that that's how I do my resin. I will post the recipe that I split this in case you don't want to write it down. You could snapshot the screen if you want to try to duplicate it. But I want the centers of these to be more clear than I normally would. So I'm going to do this a little bit different. I'm going to keep 5 ounces of the clear this time. And I only want like a half ounce of the brown mica. I don't want too much brown because the dark colors tend to take over. And let's see, five. I think I want 2 ounces of the interference gold. That should leave me, let me see what that leaves me. Yep, that's perfect. 5 ounces of the clear. So now I do want to use some of the clear so I can get those little, whatever these are. I don't even know what these are. I guess this woman who had all these things traveled the world and she would just find all these different things in nature. And I'm telling you, when I say she was basically, I don't want to say hoarder because it was very clean. She was a clean hoarder of craft supplies and I was like in heaven. My husband just kind of rolled his eyes and he's like, You go look at all her stuff. I'll take care of everything else. I was like, okay, I'm out. So that's what I did. I was looking at all her stuff while he was doing the inspection. Even though I don't do the inspection, I basically do all the paperwork, I write the reports and all that. But I do like to take notes. So I was not note taking in this house today. All right. So because I want them to match my house, because I will probably be using these, although if you are interested in them, I can always make more. I do sell all my demos at cost plus shipping. And I have sold some things. Thank you to all of you who have purchased some of them to get great deals. If you don't want to make them and you like the way mine came out, all you have to do is email me. My email is in the description, and tell me of which video you're talking about. I will get you my cost. I'm not trying to make any profit. I'm just trying to clear my house out. I have so many projects I have made for you guys to see the demo. So if you are interested in any of that, just let me know. I'm going to use interference gold for the first time in a Geode coaster because I didn't want white. I need a bigger stick. I didn't want white, and I'm probably going to trim them with gold. So I wanted a mica powder. I wanted a white-ish color, so I'm not sad that it's going to have the hint of gold because that'll go great with the brown. And now I have to clean my mold out because I just splattered mixing that. So if I hope you just fast forwarded it if you don't want to mix, but I thought I'd show you how I do it this time since I don't usually mix on camera. That should look great with the gold, not with the gold, with the brown. Whoops. All right, I just want to cover these up so they don't get spilled, and then I need to clean out this coaster. Okay, so let's get started with this brown. It's not quite an ounce. It's probably 3/4 of an ounce, which is more than I really wanted. I might not use all this, but let's see what happens. And I'm just going to go right around this edge with a thin, thin circle. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. Just try to get them in even as possible so they're all kind of uniform when they do their thing. And whatever color you use, you're going to want a dark color and a lighter color. The dark color has to go on the outside edge like this. I have tried it the other way and it just doesn't work. I thought I was going to be smart, so we did an experiment. I did video it, but it was just so terrible. I wasn't going to waste your time for you guys to watch it. So trust me on this one. Maybe you've already tried. You want the darkest color on the very edge. And then I'm just going to push it all the way to the edge. I didn't get very good job on this one. Although it's all going to push out anyway when I dump all the clear in. I just want to try to make them uniform. Like I said, I want a lot of clear on this one because a lot of times when the colors pull to the center, as resin does, sometimes it will um, cover my centerpiece, whatever that is, glitter or crushed mirror or stones or shells or whatever it is. Oh, there's something in there. Glad I found that. So yeah, the less color you have, the more of a clear center you'll have. So that's what I'm trying to do with this one. If it works out well, Feel free to use the recipe. I am not going to hide anything from anyone if they want to try to duplicate it. Now I'm just going to go around this one with this. Ooh, that's going to look pretty. This is the least amount that I've ever mixed for these two colors, so I'm hoping my idea works because I generally mix a lot more of the color. I'm going to wipe that. Don't let me forget. You will see it on the back. If you don't wipe your drips, you will see them on the back. Although the backs, sometimes the backs come out gorgeous and sometimes they just come out terrible. So I never know how my backs are going to look. So I just make sure I wipe it if I can, just in case. Oh, I'm not going to need to wipe it now because I had enough. All right. I'm just going to do the clear in the center, and that's going to be it for that. And just dump this in, and it's going to do its thing. Just try to make sure they're even. Because if you do give them away or sell them, you want them to be uniform best you can. So see which ones need more. And I don't have my stick anymore. Somehow the gold got there. Okay, I'm going to get my heat gun. Pop some bubbles. Warm it up, get it moving. I will spray it with alcohol as well. So if any of you are wondering what the heck do I always spray all over all my projects, it's just 99% alcohol. Now I'm just going to lay these little guys. Now I did coat them in resin so they don't create a whole bunch of bubbles, but I will babysit these for the next, I don't know, half an hour. I'll have to go through and I might have to replace some of these off camera because some of them are high. So I'll have to look at eye level and see. They do have some crumbs in there just because you can't help it. That's nature. It should all pull towards the center regardless. All right, guys, that's it for today. We're going to let this do its magic. I'll see you when they're done. Okay, guys, change of plans. This is not going the way I expected. This is the very first time my Geode plan didn't go to plan. So I'm looking at these coasters and they look like flowers. So what I did was I pulled out all the little pieces. And since they're resembling flowers more than geodes and all my clear is gone, I think what I'm going to do is swirl the centers and then put new ones back in the center. So let's just see what happens. Now I'm anxious to see the other side because I've never had a geode coaster react this way ever, so I'm not sure what the difference is between this brown color and like the blues that I always use. Maybe it's the interference gold. I'm not quite sure. And of course, I took my gloves off. And now I'm just going to set these in here. And I took the other ones out because they were getting covered up and you couldn't see them. And I want to be able to see them. That's the whole point on having them. Now I don't even know that you're going to see the swirl. So, big change of plans. You just never know. Resin is a liquid medium. You never, ever know what's going to happen when you pour it. So, surprise! we all I feel like I'm always learning something when I do these videos with you guys because nothing comes out like I planned it. I think they're pretty though. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Let's see if I lose the whole swirl. I don't know. All right. See you tomorrow. All right, guys, I am back and I went ahead this morning as soon as I got up before work and I just poured clear coat over all three of them. And they're already dry and it's only been about 8 or 9 hours. I am using a resin that cures in 8 hours. Two things I see. This one is fine, other than it not coming out at all like I expected it to. But this one got a tiny little bubble right there that I hope to be able to fix with some UV resin. And this one, even though I did dome this one over the edge, it still has a little tiny piece sticking up. So these did not come out as expected, but they can be fixed. I'm going to have to put another clear coat on top of this one outside of the mold. So let's see what the backs look like. They're not a complete fail, but they're definitely not what I expected to happen. I mean, they do kind of look cool. You could see some of the lines in the mica powder, but definitely not what I was going for. Oh wow. That is so different. I don't have any idea what caused this. So, if you ask, I'm going to say I have no idea, but look at that. That is so funny. I wonder if that's where I swirled it. That is so weird. Okay. Well, they're all right. Just not what I expected. So give me your opinion. And they are pretty thick because I did have to go. And I'm thinking on this one, I didn't push the little, I don't know what they are, little teeny tiny pine cone looking things. I don't think I pushed them all the way to the bottom I had just a tiny bit of room left to push them, and that one's the same. So I'm assuming they're all going to be the same. That is so strange. I don't know. Okay, live and learn, right? I may try this again a little differently, somehow differently. I don't know how differently because I barely use any color. So, oh my gosh. That's okay. It's all right. They're not bad. I'll probably use them. I think I'll put a little gold edge around this and see what they look like. So I won't bore you with the details. So I'll show you when they're done. Okay, so I just used my favorite gold pen. I will link everything that I can in the description if you want to check it out. But this is what it looks like with the gold. I think it's pretty. I really do think it's pretty. Oh, I didn't tell you. Last night I did sprinkle glitter in there. I don't know if you could see it, but I started putting it just in the center and then it started getting on the edge. So I just lightly dusted right over the whole thing because that's not exactly what I wanted. But you know, I am with some sparkle. So stay tuned for the end photos. And thank you guys for watching, even though it's not what we expected. You guys have a blessed day. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.